Okay. So it's currently 10:08. I am way late tonight. Not as late as at one time. It took me 20 minutes to get some technical difficulties solved. But yes, it is 10:08. I am late today. Two reasons. One, I was peeling these shells off of some eggs, some soft-boiled eggs. And two, I had the last minute deal with a centipede. After I got done peeling those eggs, I noticed a centipede, so I had to deal with it. It's currently sitting in a jar just outside the room. I'm gonna release it after this. And now it's 10:09, and it is currently September 28th. Alright. So I was going to start this off with another story in mind. I have a couple stories that all played out today I want to tell you guys about. But the first one I want to start with... Yo, what's up? The first one I want to start with, the story I want to start with, happened...
Hang on, I'm getting ready!
Maybe 2 hours ago. And so let this story not only be a message to everyone who this applies to, which is everyone. So not let this story only be a message, but maybe even a lesson. Let this story also be a lesson to everyone.
I see.
Oh, we're gonna start off with a fight? Alright. So earlier tonight, my family and I, we went out for dinner. My sister today, she went to her boyfriend's house for dinner, so it was just the three of us. It was me and my parents. Or rather, I should say my parents and I. You know what, let this voice acting finish
We
first.
merely followed your rules.
Did you understand a word
It
she
appears
just
both
said?
the Sai-san of the real world and that of this world are at their wits' end.
I think our guests will be leaving now.
You're the only one who's gonna be leaving, Black Suit.
Things would have been so much simpler if we could do this from the start.
Whoa! Wasn't this thing weak to, like, nuke?
Doesn't look like you can go for its weakness. No wind skills.
Excuse me.
It's powerful.
Okay,
so
guess
stay
it's
on
weak to
guard.
nothing.
Let's go.
But I'll still use nuke.
There.
So, my family and I, being my parents and I, we all went out for dinner. It was the three of us.
Eat this.
The three of us went out to dinner. Oh, you jerk. So we went to this ramen place.
Not finished.
Oh. I need to pay attention.
This enemy is tough. An electric attack will work on it.
Wait, what was it? I'll talk about the food in a second. The food's actually pretty good. So we went to this place for dinner. The waitress, the moment she came up with, 3 cups of tea,
Go down.
the moment she said, "Be careful, the tea..." Oh, jeez, I didn't expect it to kill. The moment she said, "The tea is very hot, be careful," that very moment, she spilled the hot tea all over my dad's lap.
It's a step forward.
And I touched the cup. It was extremely hot. Uh-oh. So the waitress accidentally spilled very hot tea all over my dad's lap. And at that moment, you know, all hell broke loose. Chaos ensued. So, you know, where do I start?
So that means...
You know, of course, the waitress immediately was like, "Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. I'm so sorry." And then she was trying to wipe it up, you know, she ran and got paper towels. My dad, you know, while still in pain from the scalding hot liquid all over his lap, he immediately got up and he went to the bathroom to try to clean up. The staff were all in a frenzy, because, you know, the restaurant was already busy, and then they have to deal with this.
Out of the way.
Beyond this point is the high limit floor. Do you have a reservation?
I said out of the way!
We shouldn't cause a scene.
Do you have a reservation?
It seems there is some kind of requirement we must meet before we can access this high-limit floor.
Even though we got the coins?
It must be related to my sister's cognition in some way.
I can't imagine how, though.
Her cognition. Essentially, Sai-san needs to think of us as being allowed to enter, correct? Huh. Now, this casino is the courthouse in reality. So that floor must be a place only authorized personnel are given access to.
Oh,
I would say
right.
it has to be the courtroom.
We have to leave the palace first
You
for
really
a bit.
are an ace detective.
He's come to understand the workings of the cognitive world so quickly.
Maybe because he already knew.
Well, I was just like that too, right?
Not at all. No way in hell.
It took you ages to get it, Ryuji.
I just got a different sense of time, that's all.
That aside, how are we going to get into the courtroom? Ryuji, go piss off the police.
Hell no!
We just need to attend a trial. Still, how are we supposed to know which trials my sister will be attending?
Leave that to me. I have some connections that come to mind. I will
Of course you
contact
do.
you once I manage to arrange a time. We should return to the real world for today, though. Well, see you all at the courtroom.
Aw, man, had I remembered this, this would have been a good time to end last time.
Let us leave it at that, then.
But yeah, you know, the staff were in a frenzy because they had now accidentally injured a customer.
Very well.
So, you know,
Let us
the lady manager, you know, she immediatly, like, well, I was talking to her because the bathroom was, like, right next to where the cash register area was, where she normally hangs around. So I was talking to her. I was trying my best to free Top G. So I was trying my best to reassure her, like, it's okay, don't worry. Accidents happen. You know, everyone makes mistakes. Accidents do happen. You know, it's a little unfortunate it happened to my dad, but, you know, accidents do happen.
Joker.
And then she was trying her best to reassure us and comfort us in a way. She was like, first of all, she got us an ointment, like a burn ointment that she and the staff uses. She was saying, like, the cooks and the chefs back there, whenever they, hot liquids or using the deep fryer, it bounces and, you know, they get burned. We use this. It's really good. Tell your dad to apply some of this.
Ah, you're back.
Working overtime. So, you know, obviously my dad wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. No one was happy. This was not a good situation in the slightest. No one was happy. And then she was trying to tell me, like, the waitress who accidentally spilled the hot tea on my dad's lap, she was telling me, like, she's new, you know, we're busy, she gets a little nervous, like, we're very sorry. And I just kept on trying to reassure them, like, don't worry about it, it's okay, accidents do happen, it's okay. And then the manager lady, she was just like, your meal is free tonight, your meal is on us tonight, it's okay, please. And, you know, in my mind I was thinking, thank you, that's very nice, but not unnecessary, very unnecessary. So, you know, my dad came out the bathroom after applying the ointment that they provided. The manager lady, she was also like, I guess it's a family
We really
business.
can't fail this time. Let's go about this carefully. After we go to the courtroom tomorrow, we should head straight into the palace.
That's good service, yeah. And I'll talk more about that in a second. But I guess it's a family business because she was telling me how her brother-in-law, who works in the back, he just went like next door because the ointment that they use for burns, they get it like next door.
What?
So she told me like he just went over to get you a brand new one. It's on us. And later on, when those burn ointments did come, they actually got us 2. You know, my parents were like, it's okay, one is okay, and then she was saying like, it's okay, I insist, 2. 2's okay.
Like right here.
Where's the
And
restaurant?
here.
I'm not gonna say out loud where. I'll tell you afterwards.
Master?
But this made me feel so nervous. So my dad went back to his seat with like soaking wet pants all over his groin, or like inner
See you later.
thighs. But you know, it was. I need to get me a free meal. Damn. So my dad sat back down. My mom was with us, and she was like, "Do we need to go home? Do you need to go home and change your pants? You know, like, does it still hurt? All that stuff." My dad, he was starting to get up like, let's just go home, let's just leave. And then the manager came over, she's like, you're going to leave? No, please stay. Like, please, enjoy the meal, it's on us today, it's free. Like, even I didn't want us to go, because, you know, that's a very bad look. That's a bad look on everyone. It was my idea to go to this restaurant too, so it would have looked bad on me. So, you know, after like, well, it didn't take a lot of convincing, but we sat back down and we ate. So throughout the dinner, the manager kept on coming to check up on us, like, is the food good? We're very sorry about what happened earlier. I have a fortune, that's good. So near the end, like, you know, once we were done eating, we were about to leave, we still were trying to pay the bill. I mean, sure, we expected this to happen. We expected the staff to flat out not give us a bill because they already said, like, it's on us, it's okay, it's on the house. But, you know, what we were still planning to pay. Maybe not the exact amount, but close. You know, I don't know what the exact amount is since we didn't get the bill, and I don't remember the prices on the menu off the top of my head. But let's just say roughly estimate, the price was around 65, 70 bucks. You might be wondering like, damn, 70 bucks for 3 people to eat? What kind of restaurant is this? Well, I didn't say this place was cheap. So we pulled out 70 bucks to pay. So,
Let's go.
just leave a photo tip. That's what I was thinking. Oh, fat. You meant fat. Fat with a PH. Leave a fat tip. Okay, I'll get into that in a sec, but what I thought we should have done, we should have just left the money on the table without them noticing and just left. Well, maybe not left. Maybe talk to them, reassure them it's like, it's okay and all that. But what my parents did instead... What my parents did instead was they called over the manager, they asked for the bill, and she said, no, it's okay, it's on the house. My parents still tried to hand them the money, and she insisted like hell, like, no, it's free, it's fine. We kept on trying to hand her the money. She held it, she tried to hand it back to my parents clearly weren't taking it back, so she hands it to me. And I was trying to hand it back, I was trying to like, put it on the table and then leave. But no, she just like kept on handing it back to us. My dad even pulled the line. He even pulled the line like, if you want us to eat here again, you will take this money. But nope, she still didn't accept this money. I mean, she probably recognized us at this point. We've been to this restaurant a handful of times because their food is good. And throughout the dinner, throughout the night, I just kept on assuring not only the manager, but also the waitress who accidentally spilled that hot tea. I kept reassuring both of them, like, don't worry about it. Everyone makes mistakes. Accidents happen. Don't worry about it. It's completely fine. Your rule for when someone offers is ask, you sure? Then they insist I accept. Well, you have to... You can understand both sides of the argument. You know? You understand why they're so insistent on making it on the house, but then you have to think about our side as a customer too, like constant back and forth. Like I too work in the customer service industry, and I've explained this many times in the past. I never want to work in a restaurant, regardless of being the cook in the back or a waiter. I never want to work in a restaurant. Why? Well, for one, if you're a cook, then the pressure's all on you. Like, if you accidentally use expired ingredients or something that's bad, you get someone sick, that's a potential lawsuit right there. And if you're a waiter, well, stuff like this could happen. An accident can happen. You can spill something, maybe something really hot onto a customer. And once again, that's potentially another lawsuit right there. You ever drive in a stop sign and see two goobers trying to offer the other guy to go first, and then it takes so long because they keep offering? Like, bro, just go? I can't say I have.
Whoa.
Like, I never want to work in a restaurant because the restaurant is just a lawsuit waiting to happen. And also because I too work in the customer service industry where customers can get upset super fast. I'm lucky enough that what I do doesn't potentially get customers injured, at least not usually. Very rare does that happen. I'm not saying it has happened before, but it's unlikely to ever happen. But I can only imagine the pressure. Like, that's why I never want to fault anyone. It depends on the situation. If they did it on purpose, then yes, it's their fault. But if it's an accident like this, I never want to put the blame all on that person. I want to reassure them that it's okay. Everyone's human.
Damn it.
Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I never want to fault someone for something that is truly an accident. Depends on what the accident is. If it got someone killed, well, we'll have to see from there. But if it's an accident like this, like, please don't stress over it.
Okay, let's go.
So throughout the whole night, I just kept on reassuring the staff, like, please, please, don't worry about it. I understand, okay? I understand that... Wait, hold on. You know what? I'll continue after this part, because there's voice acting here.
So this is what the courtroom is like.
Just being here causes my body to tense up.
I'm shocked that Nijima-san could think of somewhere this solemn as a casino.
So Makoto's sis is that lady who's overflowing with the aura of a capable woman.
Aura of a capable
what's this trial
woman.
about? A politician who decided to make personal use of government funds?
I read about that in a magazine. He went on a vacation with his mistress to some fancy hot springs.
Aren't politicians supposed to be loaded? Why'd he mess with our tax money?
Because they have power. They're all corrupt, that's just how they are. That sounds like heaven. I don't want to say they're all, even though that's a general consensus? Whatever. That's just how they are, I guess.
Playing with other people's cash is a total no-go.
This may sound odd, but isn't Nijima-san supposed to be busy with our investigation? Does she really have time to be coming to a trial like this?
Supposedly, she was on this case before being assigned to the Phantom Thieves. Normally, another prosecutor would take her place, but Sai-san can be a bit of a perfectionist.
Hey, how are we gonna get Nijima-san to notice us?
Shout at her like, hey,
Did you
look
tell
at
her we'll
us.
be coming?
I don't think she read the message, though.
Do we have a backup plan?
Not exactly, but I'm sure she'll notice us eventually.
And imagine she doesn't. Imagine she never notices us.
I noticed a lot of students here, but is that Akechi-kun? And Makoto? Now that I think about it, there was a message about her coming. That doesn't matter for now.
See?
Don't know
It's
why my
almost
dogs are
time to
barking. My
begin.
sister's not even home.
Alright. Nijima can see now that we're allowed in the courtroom. This should let us enter that high limit thingamajig. Let's head over to her palace once the trial's over.
Stay in the bag, damn it.
Intruder? I hope not. Excuse me. So, you know, I was trying to reassure the staff that it was okay. Accidents do happen.
We going? Okay, sure. Let's roll.
And, you know, we even tried to pay at the end. You said leave a fat tip. I think that's where... I think that's understandable if I would say no to that. I mean, if we tried to pay the amount, sure, but maybe leaving a tip, maybe not that one.
We're here. Now what do we do?
Like, if I was working as a waiter and I spilled
Alright then, shall
something
we go?
hot and injured someone, I would not expect a tip either. Like, near the end, like, my parents, we were leaving, my parents, they already left, and I just stayed back for like a minute to talk to the manager. I even told her, like, please, like, just don't be too hard on her. Like, I know you said she's new and all, but it's like, please go easy on her. Like, accidents do happen, it's okay. I just kept on trying to reassure them. Like I said, she doesn't look that young, to be honest. It's not like a teen who made the mistake, but still. So I still tried to assure her, because apparently she's new. I kept on trying to tell the manager, like, please go easy on her. It's okay, accidents happen. Just, you know, reassure her to be more careful next time. You know, handling hot items, just be more careful. Maybe don't hold the hot cup, maybe put it on a little platter, a small plate, and then put it down like that. Or, you know how waiters, they have a tray for like 3-4 different cups? Put the tray down on the table and then move the cup. Don't have one tray in one hand, the other hand just move the stuff. Like, just put the whole tray down first. Maybe I didn't say that, probably should have. So she was saying, like, she said this earlier when my parents were still sitting down eating. She was like, your son is very nice. And then she was saying to me after my parents left, she was like, thank you. What's your name? I will remember you next time. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go again. I'm certainly gonna go again. Their food is good. Whether or not my dad will go again is, I don't know. But I certainly will. Their food was good. I'll talk about the food after. You know, I didn't want the staff member to feel bad about this. Obviously, she's probably going to. But I just tried my best to calm her down, make her not feel as guilty. Because I know from experience, when I mess up, when I make an accident, and especially if it impacts another person, that doesn't leave my mind. That haunts me moving forward. So I can't imagine working in a restaurant and injuring not only a person, a customer. Like, not only is that, you know, potential lost business right there, that customer may not come back, but that also could be a lawsuit. Or maybe in between, a bad Yelp review. So, you know, pick your, pick how bad your, what's the word I'm looking for? Unless the customer is an ass? Well, yes, you have to examine, you have to determine the situation. Like, then you bet someone getting injured? Well, even if a customer's rude, you don't want to flat out injure them. Because if that customer's rude and they do get injured, that is for sure a lawsuit. You know, they can make up some bogus story like like these waiters were super rude, they didn't like me, they purposely injured me. Hell nah, no L. But like I said, I tried my best to calm the staff down.
Okay, back to exploring.
Because like I said, I know when I make a mistake, that stings and that stays with you. It doesn't go away. So I didn't want that to happen, especially to someone brand new.
Is this...
I'm sure the manager, like, hopefully she wasn't too hard on her. Excuse me. I can bet you she's probably gonna say something like, please be more careful next time. We lost profit or whatever. Like, we had to give that meal away. Sure, they were willing to pay, but how would that look on us? If we still accepted the money, how would that look on us? We already offered the meal for free. So, you know, we just had to give food away. Please be more careful next time. I'm sure I'm sure something along those lines were said. And I can also bet something like, imagine if these customers weren't as polite as they were. You know, that boy kept on trying to calm us down, kept on trying to tell us it's okay. Accidents happen because accidents do happen. But imagine if those customers weren't polite. You know, they could have yelled at us. They could have sued us. Please be more careful next time. I can imagine something along those lines were said. And yeah, if she did say that to her new employee, she's right. Imagine if we, as the customers, were not as polite as we were. Or if I was super mad, or super bash bros, look at that. Or if my dad was very enraged. Imagine, like, in their perspective, what we could have possibly done. We could have yelled at the staff, caused a scene, made other customers uncomfortable and left. Or some people, they're actually willing to bring this to court. What am I doing, by the way? Not even paying attention to what's going on in game. Oh, right, I need to go through that door. Stupid. I need to stop rambling and pay attention to the game.
Isn't that...
This was a scale I mentioned needing balance last time. But yeah, if we weren't as polite as we were, or at least me trying to be, if my dad wasn't as calm as he was, if we still didn't offer to pay afterwards,
Yes.
imagine what some other customers would have been like. Like, I would say they got off pretty lucky this time, because next time, who knows? Maybe someone will file a lawsuit against them. In that case, nobody wins, nobody's happy. All because of a simple accident of spilling hot tea, very hot tea, onto a customer's lap. So I just want everyone out there to remember this. Remember that everybody is human. Nobody's perfect. Humans are flawed. Nobody is perfect. And accidents do happen. I know people won't be like this because, you know, I don't receive this kind of treatment all the time. But, you know, just understand that the person working is just a person. Accidents do happen.
What?
Now, it's all up to you to completely analyze the position you're in and determine what to do there. Excuse me. If the waiter was super rude and just dunked the whole plate of food onto the person's head, then yeah, you determine what to do from there. You can whoop the customer, not the customer. The customer could whoop the waiter's ass, and you know, that's up to you. But in my case, we the customers suffered through an accident that a worker caused. Now, because I too work with customer service, I understand that customers, they're not really understanding. You know, customers, and I'm guilty of this too, but I try my best to understand.
A treasure chest.
Customers expect, you know, pristine, top-of-the-line customer service. They expect it to be flawless. And a lot of times, it's easy to forget that every person working is just human, and that mistakes do happen. I should know this more than anyone, given my track record of making more mistakes than the average person. So I really try my best to not fault people when this type of stuff happens. Now, where do I go? I'm not paying attention. Can I now go to either one of these?
This is...
I already read this. Can I go in then? I already read all this. So please, everyone, just keep in mind, everybody's human, everyone makes mistakes. I also mentioned in the past, like, you probably shouldn't take any advice from me, so take that what you will. You know, because I certainly know that whenever I make a mistake at work, whenever a customer's not happy with me, they're not understanding in the slightest. And I certainly, like, putting their position into my perspective. Okay, I guess I need to go to the other side before I come here. Like, if I accidentally injured a customer, I can worst case scenario expect a lawsuit. Best case scenario, they're understanding and still willing to come back and do business with us. But what's more than likely to happen is I get yelled at, I feel terrible about it, and my family lectures me that you need to be more careful because customers, when they get mad, they could take you to court, or that's lost business right there. You have to be careful. And I know I would feel so shitty if, one, not only did I upset a customer, because that's bye-bye business right there, but if I injured someone, and it was someone who did nothing wrong, didn't piss me off in the slightest, it was just an accident. Like, who knows? I don't know. I was holding a sharp object, I tripped, and it cut that person. I don't know, that's just an example to throw out there. Well, that's not as severe as, like, a burn, especially on the lap, like, near the dick. If it's a small cut. But I'm talking, like, an actual injury. Yeah, I can't expect anything good from that. Let alone if I was a waiter, I certainly would not expect any tips. Because, you know, some waiters and waitresses, they live off of tips. And I think realistically in this position, it's realistic to not expect any tips. And I think not giving any tips this time was realistic. We offered to pay, but I think in terms of tips, I think it's realistic no tips here. Even if it was an accident, I think the tips part is still a little bit realistic. You know, maybe that's harsh as a customer, but as a worker, you probably would not expect tips after that. But yeah, that's just a quick little story that took me like half an hour to explain. That my dad got very, very hot tea spilled on his lap, and I tried my best to talk with the staff, tried to reassure them that it was fine. You know, they even provided us, they provided us free ointment, 2 of it, two free very small bottles as like a Tiger Balm container size. It's like a very small Vaseline size. But still, they still supplied us 2 containers for free. You know, when one was okay, they supplied us with 2, and then they still offered the meal for free. Even though we offered to pay, we still offered. Wait, what? Even though they offered the meal for free, we still offered to pay, and they refused to take the money. I can imagine in most cases when it comes to restaurants, yeah, this type of stuff doesn't happen.
Is there a safe room around here somewhere?
And when I mean this stuff, I mean going back and forth like, no, it's okay, take the money. It's like, no, it's fine, we're very sorry. Like, I don't expect that to happen, like, at all.
Room.
You know, it's kind of like if I order something at a restaurant and the food comes out tasting a little weird, I don't want the chef to feel bad, because, you know, maybe the ingredients had gone bad and the chef didn't notice. That type of stuff can happen. I mean, God forbid if I get something that tastes weird and I get sick from it. I'd be a little less happy. But I'd still try my best to reassure the chef, like, don't worry about it. As long as I live, don't worry about it. Because I know, like, imagine you were cooking dinner for house guests, not even a restaurant. Cooking dinner for house guests and they all got sick from it. You would not feel good about that. So, hopefully the lesson to take away from this is, well, one, be more careful. Just be careful when you're at work, because you never know what the repercussions are. Did I even say that word right?
No issues. I'll reveal your true form.
All according to plan? All according to God's plan, I suppose.
Her skills are ineffective.
So I need bless moves. So yeah, not only, hopefully the lessons to be taken from this, not only be careful at work. If you're a worker, be careful at work, but also, just keep in mind, everyone's human. Everyone makes mistakes. Don't be too hard on people if they make mistakes.
Okay. I can feel it.
That was fast.
Do I wish I was treated a little bit more lenient when I make mistakes? Yes. Because whenever I make a mistake, you know, I receive hellfire.
I'll reveal your true form.
So I try my best to be as understanding as possible when other people make mistakes. It depends on the mistake, though. Don't get me wrong, it still depends. So you have to judge for yourself what to do.
But don't use electric attacks.
I don't remember what this thing's weak to. Wait, no wind, right? No wind on this thing. We haven't tried gun, so let's try that.
It isn't a major threat, but don't use electric.
Alright, let's try bless. 69 and resist. I don't have any ice moves. So let's absolutely disintegrate you.
Good work, everyone.
Probably didn't need to use a move that strong, but that's okay.
Alright. I have something. Technique, Joker.
So yeah, that's just the... Let's move on from that downer of a story. Literally a story that happened maybe 2.5 hours ago from me playing this. Okay, what are you doing in here? Jeez. Okay, a locked door.
This has to be a joke.
So, so I got an idea today. My mind just wandered from one topic to another. My mind always does this. My mind always wanders. So I was playing Pokemon Go on my way to work. Because don't forget, I don't drive a car. I'm in the car on the way to work. So I had Pokemon Go open. I do this every day, by the way. On my way to work, I just have Pokemon Go open. Because there's plenty of gyms on the way to work, and hopefully one is my team and has space. But I had Pokemon Go open. I was wondering, like, why is there so many Glameows right now? Why is there so many Glameows in Pokemon Go? And then I thought, oh, maybe because it's close to Halloween. You know, it's not October just yet, but whenever it turns to September, we always celebrate Halloween. You ever notice that? The moment it turns September, everything advertising is Halloween stuff. The moment it turns September 1st, Walmart already has Halloween decorations. My data usage must be huge. Oh, you bet. So yeah, I was wondering why there were so many Glameows popping up in Pokemon Go, and then I thought maybe because of it almost being Halloween. You know how Glameow's not exactly a black cat, but it's still a cat, so maybe that's why. And then I thought, a black cat. there aren't any black cat Pokemon, except, I don't know, Purloin. And then it got me thinking. A cat Pokemon.
There's a chest. Joker?
Kind of like Meowth, a scratch cat. And then that got me thinking. How does the Pokemon world classify their Pokemon? You know, like Pokemon that are cat Pokemon. How does the Pokemon world know what a cat is? You know, not ignoring the plot hole from the very early seasons where you see regular animals in the Pokemon world, ignoring that. They kind of retconned that to normal animals not existing in the Pokemon world. So with that retcon, I got to think, how does the Pokemon world know about these classifications? Like how Pikachu is the electric rat Pokemon, I think that's a classification. How does the Pokemon world know these things? And then the idea hit me, like this could be, this could hit me. What? This idea hit me. I use humans as an example. Humans, you know how as humans we give animals a scientific name? Humans are Homo sapiens? Well, you could say that. Humans, you could just use the human as an example. Human, the Homo sapien Pokemon. How about that?
I can feel it.
So maybe the Pokemon world just came up with quote-unquote scientific classification names, and they just landed on names that we have. Like cat, dog, all that stuff. So that's my idea. That's the idea I somehow ended up with. You know, calling a Pikachu an electric rodent is equivalent to us calling humans Homo sapiens. That's my idea.
My skills exceed yours.
Wait a second, this thing resists. Something.
It isn't a major threat, but don't use electric attacks.
I just need to use something. Right. No wind. I almost used wind. Well, how about psychic? How's psychic? Neutral. Damn it! Okay, that's healing very little, so that's okay. Excuse me.
Keep up this pace.
Good work, everyone.
Jeez, what kind of burp was that?
All right.
Good work. Keep it up.
By the way, right beside me, I have a bowl of ginseng soup. No, I'm not kidding. I have a bowl of ginseng soup right next to me.
Joker, let's open it.
Sure, it's cold now, but still. I am completely lost in this place. So I need to make my way left. Using my third eye kinda helps. Kinda helps with the area. I don't need to explore everything here because I can't even see it on the map. I can't even assure myself, like, I didn't go to that area yet. I want to explore there.
You've got the advantage. Don't rush this.
So I got another story to tell you guys. Also happening today. I got two more. This one being one of them. So, like I said, my sister isn't in the house right now. She actually went to her boyfriend's house for dinner.
It isn't a major threat.
And I was saying, like, damn, he came over to our place for dinner 2 times, like, for the past 2 days. He came 2 times in a row. And now she's going to see him at his place again while she's on her period. It's like, damn, just can't get enough of this guy. So my mom was with me in the store. And she once again told me, you want to know why? Because she's in a hurry. You know what I mean? Girls have the internal clock, as my sister says.
Okay.
So, you know,
Focus.
the topic was up. The topic was, we were on the topic, so I asked my mom. Is it true that when women have kids past 30, the kid has a higher chance of health issues? And then my mom, in a jokingly way, said, yeah, you.
Persona! Go down.
Oh, wow, I didn't expect the one-hit kill there. But my mom really said that to me. My mom has no chill. She doesn't hold back. Like, Mom, is it true that... Is it true that kids born after their moms are the age of 30, the kids have a higher chance of health issues? And my mom's like, yeah, you. In a joking sense, of course. I mean, I guess in a way, that could explain the decent amount of health issues I have. But I think my mom had me like mid-30s.
I'll reveal your true form.
Who's got the advantage? Don't rush this.
We already weakness to electricity.
Skills will work here. The enemy is
Oh, I guess this thing was weak to electricity, and I just been using Bless, which is okay.
knocked them right off their feet.
Oh, come on. Fine, I'll baton pass it.
Go ahead, allow me.
On to the next.
Persona! Robin Hood!
Oh, I didn't even finish talking about the restaurant. I wanted to talk about the food, because the food was good.
Beat 'em up.
It's like a Korean ramen place. You know, like katsu ramens and stuff. I think I got the katsu pork base, like pork soup base with like soy sauce in it. That was good.
Easy, I'm yawning.
See, the place that... Wait. The thing that's unique about this restaurant, and why I really like going to it, I just keep on going to it, is because of a specific item that they have. Now, they have a sort of mozzarella stick item on the menu, but no, it's not just deep-fried mozzarella covered in breadcrumbs. It is pork-wrapped mozzarella.
Treasure chest. It's fun time.
It's literally just sticks of mozzarella cheese wrapped in pork and deep fried. It's fried pork wrapped mozzarella sticks. And I can't get enough of it. You know, like what I told you guys about last time. That is some next level fat guy shit right there. You guys already know, I love cheese. I literally have a jar of spreadable cheese at work, at the mini fridge at work. Hello. I see things I can take. So yes, I love cheese. Judging by my weight, of course you can tell I love cheese. I actually like blue cheese. My sister doesn't.
Oh, a treasure chest. Let's open it.
You know, actually,
Oh.
my mom and I, we both love cheese. My dad and my sister, not really. I mean, my dad will eat it, and my sister depends on what type of cheese. My sister only really likes to eat Swiss cheese.
The effect of the cognitive world is weak here.
I like cheddar cheese more than Swiss cheese. I also eat Swiss cheese, but I like cheddar cheese more because it just has a stronger cheese taste to me. You know, fun fact, when I was a young kid, and I mean a really young kid,
Alright, back to work.
I thought SpongeBob was a block of cheese. Inconceivable! How did you manage to make it this far? Well, there's only so many spaces to go to in that blackened room. You know, and it wasn't pitch black either. You had dim lighting in there.
What was that?
Whoops. Whoops. I didn't mean to hit the button there. So yeah, that's a quick story right there. I asked my mom, is it true that women giving birth past 30, the kids have higher chances of health issues? And she flat out said, yeah, you. And I guess I do have my fair share of health problems in life. I have this skin rash that comes and goes. It's still not gone now. I still have 2 baby teeth in my mouth, for God's sake. I have a problem with blood. Not like blood pressure and stuff, just the problem with like losing blood, like bleeding all the time. You know, I used to have a lot of nosebleeds as a kid, and I mean a lot. But I don't know if those are health issues relating to being born after 30. That's just what I'm assuming. Because I wasn't always the peak example of health. Wait, what? The example of peak health. Alright, so we know fire is usable. We going or what? Excuse me, I keep needing to clear my throat. Let's try wind. How dare you? How dare you? Did you get shocked? Wait, where'd you get shocked from? Did one of us have the ability static? If it's shocked, I kind of don't want to attack and... What's a technical move I can use?
Something else.
I don't know its weakness.
Whoops.
Maybe not.
It's trial and error time.
Alright, I guess nothing.
Go down.
Ooh, Joker. You're
Okay, I guess that works.
They're done for.
So, before I continue on to the last story I have in mind, I think it's the last one. So, just a real quick update today. Oops. Today, I got a shiny Oshawott in Legends Arceus. Oh, we haven't seen this one yet. Oh man, I should have let that one play. That's okay next time. I'll let it play out next time. I thought he was doing the one with On. So yeah, today I got a shiny Oshawott. Which, you know, at first I was like, damn it. And I even went back to Ultra Moon to hatch one. But it's like, you know what? I did that to get it in a Strange Ball. So that's okay. And now I have a second shiny Oshawott. And then I got a shiny Chingling. But as of this moment, I have not caught it yet. You know, there were two mass outbreaks. The Chingling was... The shiny Chingling appeared, but I wanted to check the other one first. Maybe there was a shiny there that I didn't have yet. Because I already got a shiny Chingling in this game. Let's just head straight there. I don't think there's really anything else for me to explore in that room. Right. Uh-oh. Aw, man, maybe that's where the Will Seed was. Or wait, was that even the place I went to? You know what? I can just go back in and take a look at the map. How about that? It is. There was still something back there. All right, let's head back in. There's not a safe room more in there, or is there? Or was there? Hold on.
All right.
Darkness Goal. Wait, I can. Yes.
Okay, where do we go from here?
I do not remember where the third Will Seed is. And clearly there's nothing else to get in this room. Nothing for me to steal, no treasures. Why did I say it like that? Oh, right, I have another topic I completely forgot. I'll mention this one first since I forgot it. So last night I had a pretty weird dream. And, you know, what a surprise. This guy has weird dreams again. It's somewhere. So, I dreamt that... First of all, no, you know what? No, first of all. That's a pretty far ambush.
Show me your true form.
As if dreaming, being taught CPR by Joel McHale wasn't weird enough. I dreamt that the bubble tea place I work next to, I dreamt that it not only moved, I dreamt it moved to a different location in the same mall, but still. So I dreamt it moved locations, but I also dreamt what was replacing the spot beside me, the store beside me. And it was being replaced by a swimming pool. A freaking swimming pool was being replaced in the store space next to mine. That was the dream I had last night. being afflicted with ailments. I don't think I want that. Nah, you know what? No. This one's Seth. I need to keep whatever setup I have here with Seth. Because don't forget, I'm pretty sure Seth...
Good battle.
Pretty sure Seth was one of the things that I needed for the twins' confidant. I hear treasure. Actually, the treasure was probably up there, maybe. I can hear it. Yes!
Oh, a treasure chest!
Open it, please.
It's somewhere.
Hide. So was there anything down this path besides the shadow I just saw? Or was there a shadow? No. Alright, so we already been here. It's literally just the other side of there.
I'll reveal your true form.
Surprise attack successful. Now just don't do easy.
No, give me Joker. Thank you.
Go down.
2 enemies full.
Of course you would miss one.
Go ahead. Allow me.
On to the next.
Taste my wrath. Robin Hood.
And there it goes. Good one, Crow. All out attack.
Taste of defeat.
Alright, so I got one more story to tell you guys. And it's nothing actually. Nothing even happened. It's just something that popped in my mind.
That was easy.
Great! This door is now unlocked. And I don't think I need to get anything here, but let's just take a look.
Show me your true form.
Okay, I already been here.
I got the advantage. Don't rush this.
Doesn't have a weakness, but I think we could make it angry.
Let's try to use that nuke and let's see if I can get it down.
Psychokinesis.
Go down.
I think this is one of my only severe moves. Aww.
Here I go. Speed up.
Zona.
I'm wasting time. I still have the rest of this freaking palace to get done.
Let's go.
That was awesome. This looked easy.
Okay.
That was easy.
Alright, so here's what happened earlier. So I was what? Don't crawl in here. I don't need to do this. So I was at work. I was walking around the mall because there was a raid in Pokemon Go, which is on the other side of the mall. You know what? It'd be faster for me to just head back. Don't climb. Crawl. So I was walking across the mall. Not this way. Okay, yes, do climb. I guess, do climb. So I was walking across the mall. I saw this woman. She was holding a small box, a small cardboard box with like the packaging paper inside. You know, the stuff that you would put into like the impact filler. That's what it looked like to me. And it looked like she was trying to find a place to throw it away. Trying to find a place to throw away the box. And you know, because my store, we get shipments of products all the time. And it's normally me.
Everyone.
And I'm normally the guy who throws away all the blocks because that's what my family makes me do. Every single time they're just like, you come over and throw all this away.
All right, let's go.
They usually always make me do it. So I know where to throw it away. So then it got me thinking. So that's all the story is, just ideas. So I started to think, if this lady asked me, do you know where to throw this box away? Of course I would tell her, but then I thought, would I actually go so far as to just, you know, bring her to there? I'd be like, yes. Instead of just me pointing, you go here, you go there. Would I actually just flat out be like, follow me, I'll bring you there? And then I began to thought, like, would I take it a step further? Would I be like, you can give it to me, I'll throw it away for you? So that's what I was thinking. And I thought, what would it actually take for me to be willing to do that? Wait, go to the safe room first.
The effect of the cognitive world is weak here. There may be a safe room close by.
Like, what would it take for me to actually be that polite,
like
be
we can
that
use this place to
thoughtful?
rest.
Be like, do you know where to throw this away? Oh, don't worry, miss. Give it to me. I'll throw it away for you. Like, what would it take for me to actually do that? I guess I would need to be in a very good mood. Like, I need to be in a very, extremely good mood. You know?
Okay, back to exploring.
Maybe I made a huge sale. Maybe I just won the lottery. Maybe I just got my dick sucked. Like, I guess I would have to be in a very good mood to actually be like, oh, you need to throw this away? Don't worry, give it to me. I'll do it for you. To a random stranger walking by looking to throw away some garbage. And you know, it's not like a snotty tissue that I'm willing to throw away for them. Hell no, I'm not touching that. But if it's like a cardboard box, and the person clearly looks like, well, she didn't look like she knew where to go to throw it away. So it's like, would I actually, in any case, be nice enough to just be like, give it to me, I'll do it for you? Yeah, I guess I'd have to be in a pretty good mood. And that's about it. That's the whole story. I saw a lady pass by with holding a box, and my mind just went to places. My mind wandered again.
How about this?
My dog's barking. Let me take a sip of my soup, my ice cold soup at this point. I don't need to slurp that loud.
Yes.
Well, now I'm done my soup. Oh, right, something else I wanted to talk about. Now, I hope my boy doesn't mind me talking about this, because we were kind of discussing this in the group chat earlier today. So, my boy, if you're listening, I'm going to talk about this regardless. So, he texted the group chat. He was saying, like, he spent an hour at work talking. I'm going to save first. That way I don't have to listen to all this dialogue again.
Shall we take a break? Let's do it.
So he texted the group chat. He was saying like how at work he was talking with a coworker for like an hour about relationship advice or whatever.
Okay, let's get back to exploring.
So I asked him like, so what kind of advice did you get? And he said what he was told was, before marriage, write a list of everything you dislike about that person, about your partner, and write other stuff too, like, I don't know, like expectation with kids, like how many kids you want or whatever, like religions, beliefs, all that stuff. Like, just write down everything. That way, your partner will know everything on your mind, know everything you want from from having a family together, know everything you dislike about your partner. Just write it all down. So basically, that's what the advice he got was. And at first, I'm just thinking, like, that's gonna be a long list about me. Write down things you don't like about me as your partner. That's gonna be a whole encyclopedia right there. I don't know. I don't think writing a list might be the best idea. It's basically just a list of everything I dislike about you.
Now then, our gripping battle is finally here. The idiot leader of the adult-defying thieves has come.
Damn.
Odds are 1.1 to the house, 23.0 to the Phantom Thieves.
I don't know what that means.
Wow, Phantom Thieves are surprisingly popular. It's rare to see odds in the double digits. Now, let us begin our serious one-on-one battle. Bring out the first contestant.
What the hell? There's two of them.
This isn't one-on-one at all. They're just ignoring the rules right from the beginning.
Now then, it's time for this hellish trio of battles to begin. Ready, set, go!
Okay then. Were these two weak to psychokinesis?
Avoid using wind.
Yes.
Let your guard down.
But I cannot all-out attack here because I'm all alone.
Go down.
So the best I can do is knock them both down and then use a powerful move to hit them both at once. Oh, unless that happens. Alright. I'm gonna hit you first.
Knocked them right off their feet. Nice, Joker.
You're mine.
Knocked them right off their feet.
But now I need a move that can hit them both.
Avoid using wind, and don't let your guard down.
No wind.
You can go for its weak spot.
Yeah, but if I go for the weak spot again, it's not my turn anymore. I need a move that'll hit them both. Like that, maybe.
Go down.
Oh, I should have used this from the start. I didn't even know I had that move. It's okay. I get my SP back anyways.
Wow, he really can't take a hint. The stupid Phantom Thief has won!
Nah, man, you can't take a hint.
You know, that's a little hard to say. I'm just going to call him the Phantom Dweeb from now on.
You really want to talk that shit?
On the house, do not fret. The second round of contestants is arriving now.
Okay.
There are even more than
I can take
before.
these three on.
How cowardly. There's nothing fair or honest about this.
Quiet down in the peanut gallery. Now it's time to die in this blood-curdling battle.
It's like, man, this MC got shit to talk about me. Say that shit to my face. You come down here and fight me then. No? Then shut your hell... What? Shut your ass up, pussy. What you got to say about that now, MC? Talk that shit again.
All right, level up.
That's a good one.
Bloodstained eyes, huh? High chance of ally avoiding attacks by foes inflicted by ailments. Increases accuracy evasion for all allies for 3 turns. Ooh. Nice. 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 But what's this? I don't need 3 of these. I don't use these moves anyway. Damn, that's a lot. But medium physical to 1. No, get rid of this.
Bullshit! Why the hell aren't you dying, you goddamn Phantom Queen? I have a bet on this too! There's no way in hell you're getting away with this! Time for our final contestant!
It is Thor.
Yowza, that's a big one.
Go! Grind his bones to dust! Let the extreme third battle begin!
Persona!
That's not
It's
right.
quite strong. Be careful.
So we don't know. It's just a guessing game at this point. I could set up first. I don't know if Brainwash would work on this guy. It's like it's a mini boss, so I doubt that'll work. Defense, maybe. I can increase my own defense. But no, what else do I have? What's this? Attack, defense, accuracy, evasion for one foe. Sure. I only have the one foe here. Should I guard? I feel like I should guard. Nope, it's okay. You only. Let's see. What else can I do? For one ally? Sure, I'll do that to myself. You said preparing. Should I guard here? Even though my evasion's up? I'll guard just in case. Ooh! Okay, keep using that. Yeah, keep using that move.
Go down.
Okay, okay, no electric. Okay. No electric. Got it. At least I didn't damage you already and then heal you up. That would have sucked even more. Let's try Cosmic. Let's try Nuclear. Whoa! That did way more than I expected. Let's do it again! Doing it again as overkill. So in this game, there's personas that are Thor, Valkyrie, Loki. I don't remember if there's an Odin.
Once again, justice prevails.
The payout will be handed over after this. Please wait.
Oh, what's wrong, MC?
Congratulations! Here's your reward, 100,000 coins.
Wow.
Oh, shit! That was freaking amazing, Joker!
You were incredible! They never even planned on giving you a fair fight in there.
Yes, I expected that would be the case. Our other trials have been rigged as well, after all.
So you sent Joker in knowing full well the possible dangers?
I simply had faith in his skill. And to be honest, there was no other course of action available. Come now, we should head to the bridge. This shall be our moment to shine.
I think we're almost done with the palace. This palace is a lot shorter than I remember.
Alright, let's rest for a few.
And let's save the game. I feel like I was talking about something.
Okay, let's go.
Wasn't I talking about something and I'm completely forgetting now? Was there something I could take in there? Hold on.
I have something.
So just on this side. Oh, right, the list. So yeah, I don't know if writing a list is necessarily the greatest idea. You know, I would think maybe just talk about it, but I suppose if you just talk about it, you might forget some stuff. Okay, I already have all this stuff, but I'll take your most expensive one, please. I can't afford the other two because I need this amount of coins. But yeah, I suppose if you just sit down and talk about it, you might forget some things. So writing it all down, you might get it all.
Authenticating member's card. The required number of coins to activate the Bridge of Judgment is 100,000 coins.
We got that. Now let us through.
It seems you were.
Uh-oh, hold on.
You know how to win that many?
See, this is where
Not
Ketchy's
exactly.
brains come in.
I already have the requisite coins right here.
What? How could that be?
Do you remember what we were told at the very beginning? Essentially, we could borrow as many coins from the casino as we already held on our card.
Well, yes, but...
For example, had we borrowed the max when we had 10,000 coins, we would have ended up with 20,000. And had we then bet on Joker at the Coliseum as a guest, our total would have grown to 460,000.
Yes, but you're speaking purely in hypotheticals. That's not what actually happened.
Correct. On Joker's card. However, that is not the only card in our possession.
You have another card?
That's the Taro Tanaka card I told you to get rid of.
Exactly. Instead of disposing of it, I secretly used it to gather coins and outsmart this system.
460,000 coins! That means we would have over 500,000 if we add all of our coins together!
So what? That's still clearly not close to the required total.
Actually, once my count reached 460,000, I borrowed the maximum amount a second time. After paying back the original 10,000, I was left with 910,000. Adding Joker's total to that brings us to 1,010,000 coins. We can surely cross the bridge now.
Wait, if we borrow all them coins...
Is there a problem? The manager's room lies ahead. We won't need to worry about coins after this. Or did you honestly intend on paying back such a large sum?
Impossible. This can't be!
Crow, it's actually a little frightening how sharp you are.
I'll take that as a compliment. I'm glad I was able to contribute to our Phantom Thieves' efforts. Now, we should hurry and let the bridge down before she decides to change the rules once again.
He just pulled a galaxy brain move on us there. Oh, I need to do this. He pulled the biggest brain move possible. He wouldn't just pass the SATs, he would surpass them tenfold. I feel like I would actually be stupid enough to just throw away the card after Futaba told me to do that. I feel like I would be stupid enough to do that. Ah, satisfying how it just fits in perfectly. Victor is me. What? Casino Victor is what it says up there. Anyone named Victor watching this? You're the Victor, Victoria.
It looks like this is her base of operations. Perhaps her treasure will appear on that pedestal. A lot has happened, but we managed to get up here. Miss Manager's days are numbered.
How uncouth of you to simply barge in here. Elegance is necessary for victory as well, you know. I entertained you with all of my games, but it appears you are still not satisfied. Very well. I've made preparations especially for that possibility. This will be a game of life and death from now on. No matter who I face, I shall not lose.
Sis.
Our infiltration route is secure. We need to head back out and send the calling card.
And once the calling card is sent, Sai-san's treasure will appear, correct?
Yeah. Once the target is cognizant of the danger, that cloudy thing will take shape.
I wonder, what will the treasure look like?
That depends on the person. For Kamoshida, it was a medal. Madarame's was a painting, and Kanashiro's was fake money.
Father's was a plastic model.
In other words, the treasure is what marked the beginning of the palace ruler's aspirations.
Could also be what caused their desires to swell.
Thinking about it won't get us anywhere, though. Let's head back and prepare the calling card.
Oh right, something else I forgot to mention. Something else that I just got reminded of when I was on Twitter just now. Talk about that afterwards. But yeah, make a list of everything you don't like about your partner. That's just so that, you know, before marriage, you get it all out in the air. You understand what your partner doesn't like about you. And that way, like, you know everything, so your marriage would work even better. Or it actually would work. Because, you know, sometimes people marry and then there are things that they learn about their spouse that they don't like, and it just destroys the marriage because they don't know it beforehand. Like, so if you do it like this before, you make a list before you marry, you get it all out in the air, you know everything. You also, like I said, you understand what the person, I don't want to say expects, but what the person wants out of the marriage, like certain traditions you might do, like in religious stuff or whatever, like how many kids you want, how you will raise the kid, like under what kind of religious belief would you raise your kid, like all that stuff. So you write all that stuff down on a list, and you show your partner before you marry. That's basically the advice my friend got told today. So I'm just like, yeah, in theory that could work. But, you know, I just know some people out there who are, you know, not great people out there. They're gonna point out, like, obvious and uncontrollable things about their partner. I want to take a look at stuff first. You know, let's use me as an example. You know, as an example of stuff that someone might put down that's uncontrollable. It's like I dislike how short you are. Like, I wish you were better looking. I wish your body had more muscle. It's like stuff like that. Stuff that's, you know, unrealistic.
I have something.
You know, putting that stuff down, putting stuff like... You can put stuff that maybe the person does as a habit, and you don't like. Like, I don't know, I don't like how... I don't know, as an example, you don't put the toilet seat back down. I don't know, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Focus.
Like, that's something you can actually change. But I can just imagine people who actually do this list are gonna say some outlandish, uncontrollable stuff. You know, using me as an example, like saying like they wish I was smarter, wishing I would be a little slimmer, wishing I wasn't. I don't know. I can't think of anything else. Maybe wishing I didn't play video games all day. Didn't waste my time. Where's the third will seed? Wait a second, why was there a locked door there? Where's the third will seed at? What? Where will seed at? Huh? What's that? Wait a second, what's that? What is that? There's something there. Man, it's a good thing I still explored, because there's still stuff here. Where is it? Is it actually in there? Nope, I think I'm going the wrong direction. So there's something up there. Aha! And I think my sister is about to open the door, because I see a car pulling up. So prepare for dog barking mayhem. I'm just running in a circle. Where do I need to go? I think I remember this will seed. I think I remember this is one of the more cleverly hidden ones, at least in my opinion.
Oh? Joker.
See it.
Hello.
This is will seed. I'll be taking this.
So we have one more. This guy has a red outfit on, so you know he's got a higher position. I don't know. Hold on, Queen. I'm getting the feeling that this one's gonna be a headache. We'll probably want to be as ready as possible for this fight. Are we, Joker? Yes. When was the last time I saved the game? I don't remember. Oh, dear guests here? Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. You must die! Remember that meme? Remember the you must die meme? God, that was so long ago. But this area is off limits to guests. I couldn't finish reading that.
Let's do this.
Looks like it reminds me of Great Bay in Majora's Mask. He just looks like a normal person in some sort of weird getup.
They're tough, but weak to nuclear.
Ooh, weak to nuke, you say?
Ooh, Joker, you're looking cool. All out attack.
Damn.
They're tough.
Just ended? Okay. Wait.
You know what to do, right?
Okay. You said just end it. So let's see, the last thing I want to talk about today. So today a brand new Pokemon was announced, or not announced, was revealed. And for you guys watching in the future, where this is old news, just know this happened literally today for me. So today, the Pokemon Wiglet was revealed. And I guess it's classified as a different Pokemon, not a regional form of Diglett. I mean, it already has a different name. But the name is just a letter different. You know, at least they covered the fact that Wiglet looks like Diglett. You know how in the past they've made Pokemon that look similar, but have no relation?
The last will seed. Sorry, sis, but I'm taking it.
Kind of how a Love Disc doesn't evolve into an Alomomola. You know, Love Disc Dick. Or how a Tauros doesn't evolve into a Bouffalont. Or, well, I always saw this, how a Ghastly doesn't evolve into a Cloyster. I know they have no relation, but as a kid, I always thought a Ghastly looks like it would evolve into a Cloyster. How do I get down from this? I guess I would have to climb back onto the chandelier part. How do I get off this thing? Do I have to climb up again? No! I have something. How do I get off? Oh, is it? Oh, I just jumped down. There we go. Alright, now we're done with the palace.
Let's take a quick break.
I'll just add this.
So yeah, today Wiglet was revealed. And it has no relation to a Diglett, despite looking very similar and having a very similar name. Pretty sure that's everything we need to do in the palace. Found the treasure, got all 3 will seeds, and I don't think we need, like, our coins. I don't think we have anything else to buy. Right. You know what? Fine. I can literally just take a look.
This is where it begins.
I don't think so. I don't think there's anything more for me to buy with these coins. No. And I don't need to check the other spot too. Okay, let's actually get out of here, for real.
Alright, let's rest for a few.
But yeah, them making Pokemon that look very similar, but have no relation. You know what, I sent one of my friends stuff about this? I'm just like, Meowth At this moment, there are 3 forms for Meowth. We have Kanto, Alola, and Galar forms for Meowth. They look different, yet they're still the same Pokemon. They still classified as the same Pokemon. But nope, a Diglett and a Wiglet are different. Galar legendary birds. Different look, different habitat, different type, even different classification in the Pokedex. Yet they're still the same species, still the same Pokemon. But no, a Wiglet and a Diglett are different. I'm complaining about this now, but keep in mind, this Pokemon was revealed today. I'm sure once we actually get like Pokedex entries and stuff, we'll know more. And it'd be very understandable why it's so different to Diglett, that it's classified as something different. You know, not even like a split evolution, nothing. Unless it is, and that just hasn't been revealed yet, which I don't think it will be. Pretty sure this thing was leaked to be a imitation eel-like Pokemon, so it's sort of imitating a Diglett. And can I be honest? I think Pokemon might be kind of losing its touch in terms of Pokemon names. Because some of the names haven't been the greatest. My least favorite Pokemon name of all time as of this moment is still Melmetal. I think that name sounds incredibly stupid. I like the Pokemon, actually. I like the concept, the design. Like, I like everything else except the name. I don't like the name. Back when Meltan and Melmetal were first being revealed, it was rumored, you know, the community was dubbing Meltan's evolution Meltitan, so I thought that sounded great. And then we got Melmetal, and I just thought, God, that is such a disappointment in terms of naming. The fans came up with a better name with Meltitan. It sounded much better. It was simple, but Melmetal just sounds lame. It sounds too simple. Metal. Gee, real creative. But yeah, I just do not like the name Melmetal. Even though I think there are names that are worse than Melmetal, like Sneasler. I don't like that name. That lame? Yeah, that name is lame. But it's like, well, Meltan beat you to it. Meltan beat you to my #1 most hated name. I don't know, maybe over time. Maybe over time I'll hate Sneasler as a name more. But for now, well, yeah, those two are my most disliked names. You know what I wish we got more of for Pokemon names? I wish we got a little more creative with what goes into the name. And what I mean by that is like Porygon 2, Porygon Z. What about Type Null? What about Jangmo-o, Hakamo-o, Como-o? Like with hyphens, like I think it's interesting to have Pokemon names with that kind of stuff. With things other than letters. Kind of like Nidoran having the male and female symbol on it. Is symbol the right word? And you know something that always bothered me about Nidoran specifically? They're classified as two different Pokemon. They're clearly the same thing, just a gender difference. So my question, I have an answer to this. My question is, why didn't the Pokemon Company ever go back and change it? Why didn't they ever go back and change Nidoran male and female to be one Pokemon? Well, the answer is they probably wanted to keep it as the original 151. I got nothing to do, so let's go do something that I haven't done in a while. And that is, let's hang with the twins. I got no confidants to go with right now. I'm gonna save the game in case. Yeah, I don't think they went back and changed Nidoran to be one Pokedex spot. Because they probably wanted to keep it the original 151. You know, after years, changing the original Pokedex number to 150 just doesn't sound right. And, you know, Pokemon's not perfect. Alright, nothing.
What are you gonna do today? No.
You want to know something else that has bothered me for a long time, but I finally realized a way to accept it? So, in Pokemon Black and White, you know, Reshiram is the mascot for Pokemon Black, and Zekrom's the mascot of Pokemon White. So, it's Pokemon Black and White. Reshiram comes before Zekrom in the Pokedex. So it always bothered me that in Black 2 and White 2, that White Kyurem came before Black Kyurem in the Pokedex. Because, you know, Black 2 and White 2, it should have been Black Kyurem first, but no. Because Reshiram came first in the Pokedex, so White Kyurem comes first.
Guide me, inmate.
But you know, it always bothered me because the game titles are Black 2 and White 2, but White Kyurem comes first.
Oh my.
But then, I don't know why it took me this long to realize, but it finally hit me, and now I finally accept it to be what it is. Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, you know, Groudon and Kyogre. Kyogre comes first in the Pokedex. But you know, it doesn't sound as nice to say Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby. No, saying Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, that sounds better. They probably don't know what bench presses are, so I'll say it's for upper body workouts. You know, it's not the first time that Pokemon have put the second game's mascot first in the Pokedex. I don't know why it took me so long to realize. White Kyurem comes before Black Kyurem, kind of like how Kyogre comes before Groudon. So White 2 comes before Black 2, just like how Sapphire comes before Ruby. Oh yeah, strength! Muscle! Yeah, you don't want to play with workout equipment, I should know. I wasn't playing with it. But I still got injured. I got sliced open. Well, it's a very small cut. It's a very small cut indeed. And now I literally have a very bright red line as a scar on my waist. Well, it's like above my waist. Right above it. It's kind of like on my left gut. Just on my left hip, how about that? Oh, I see. You run on it to improve your stamina and strengthen your legs. I would not wear a workout jacket, like long pants to do this. I would sweat up a storm. By the way, what does this button do? Uh-oh. That thing went from, what? Like 1 mile an hour to 50. I don't know. I'm just thinking. I know 50 miles an hour is like extremely fast to run, so that's not realistic. 1 mile an hour to like 7 miles an hour. How about that? I'd say it's not for beginners, but I did just see you really sweating it out. Why, thank you. I'll show you how to use it. Hiya! Hiya!
Hey, inmate!
Your footwork's sloppy, inmate. You want to come try this?
Inmate.
I actually have one of these in my basement, and I don't use it, because I don't know how to. How exhausted, how much effort do you have to put into this thing to be so tired You literally have to collapse like that. You know how much energy you have to put into this to be that tired to actually have to be on the ground? Were we to try, we would be obliterated almost immediately. It would be. That's not the goal. Do you know why I do it? It's so I can taste what it's like to be human. Name where that quote came from. I'll just tell you. The Corinthians said it in The Sandman. Which I don't know if I mentioned yet, but yes, I did finish the show quite a while ago. Apt pupil. I almost said art. I almost said art pupil. It's been said that a sound mind requires a healthy body. Well, then I'm failing on both counts. Hold on, let me take my headset off for a second. I need to crack my neck. Let's see if you guys can hear it. How'd that sound? I won't find out how that sounds until I watch it on playback, which I'm not going to. Probably gonna forget that I did that. Probably gonna forget by tomorrow.
By the way,
my family thinks I'm crazy. They're probably hearing everything I'm saying in here in an empty room and they think I'm crazy. By the way, don't tell anyone this. I tried to buy some more Has-Been Hotel merch today, but my credit card got declined. So tomorrow I gotta call the bank and see what that's about. I even tried it with like the card machine at work too. I tried like $1, tried to insert my card to pay, and it still got declined. So I gotta see what that's about tomorrow. So I have until the in-game 18th to finish with Maruki, but he's just not showing up because the voice is synthetic. Do you know why voices sound so different over the phone? Because the voice is synthetic.
This is it. Well done.
You know, it's actually true. If you hear your own voice recorded, it does sound a little different than what you think. In the past, I used to hate hearing myself recorded. But I've grown to accept that regardless of how it sounds to me, it does sound... The way I sound to me is how I sound on footage to other people. You know what I mean? Because when I'm on a phone call with someone, or I'm in a group chat or a group message or voice call with one of my friends, and their voice comes over, it sounds the same to me. To me, the synthetic voice sounds the same as them in person. But I can bet you that to them, their own voice sounds different recorded. So I know for a fact that my voice maybe sounds weird to me when I hear it recorded, but to you guys, it would sound the same as if I was talking to you in person. So it doesn't matter if I'm bothered by it. I know that it sounds the same to you guys. So that's how I've accepted to, well, accept it. I've accepted to accept it. I need to accept that I have accepted it. So I don't like accepting it, but I have to. Nah, you want to accept that you accepted it. Maruki? No. Let me just go to him. Let me see if I can do that. Is he in the practice building? I do not accept this? Okay.
Hello.
How are things going? I can ask you that too. How are you doing?
Ah, yes.
I'm almost done with that study. Once it's done, I want to see when is that? I'm kind of running out of time for you, man. Rejected? Aw. I only have 6 more in-game days to get done with him. When do I get to finish with him? Because look, where is he? Where the hell is he? I just passed him. He's at 9. I only have until the 18th to get him done. When can I? If you had an IRL persona, what would its power be and what would you like it to be? Oh, last one is auto? Fantastic. So I guess I had to get him to 9 before the 18th. Okay. In terms of IRL persona, I don't know that many personas, honestly. And the ones I do know, I don't really know their names. And what power would I want it to be? Mara or Mara? Oh god. Now that one I do know. Let's see, this kid was Tower. Do I have a Tower? I do, with Seth. Okay, kid, you're up. Like big demon thing, or like a fire monkey, or a talking guitar, or what? Oh, you mean I can choose what my own persona would be, not what the game already has. Doesn't have to be one from the game? That's a good question. I almost said good idea. Huh. Well, the first thing that pops to mind would be like Makoto's motorcycle persona. Can you imagine that? I don't need to actually have my own car or any sort of ride. I could just persona, and I could just ride my persona to wherever. Don't have to pay for gas either. Dope. But also, like, what kind of design would it have? Assuming I have control over that, I can design my own persona in Photoshop, and then I could just have it. Ideally, something red. My favorite color is red. Sky's the limit, dude? I don't really have a design for, like, an original bike design of mine. But whatever ride I have in the future, I would like it to be red, because I do like red. Chase your bliss? What about you? What would you like your persona to be?
You're back.
Inmate.
I trust you haven't forgotten about our special assignment. What's that again? I'm kidding. I just went with you last night. I don't see you calling me all the previous months where I didn't go with you. Let's see. So maybe I can go with EY or Hifumi. You would like it to be a jazz-playing gremlin with cool sunglasses. Nice. Not exactly a gremlin, but first thing that popped to my mind is like Pip the Troll. Not exactly a gremlin. So EY or Hifumi? I didn't even look at my phone. We can't fail. Wait a second. What's this about? All that's left is all that's left is to wait for the deadline. I'm having trouble keeping still. Everyone seems so anxious. I can certainly understand, given the stakes involved, but Pip is cool. I want to see more of him. You know, Patton Oswalt played the many Koenigs in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and then I just saw him in, playing, the hell was his name again? Oh crap, what's the name? I just finished the show. Not just finished, crap. Hold on. I need to look this name up real quick. Oh, it's such an easy name, but why am I forgetting it? He played Matthew! That's it! And MODOK, yes, you're right. He also played Matthew the Raven in Sandman. Why'd I forget Matthew? So I can either go with EY or Hifumi, or I can go play billiards. If you had a Persona superpower, it would be deleting the Eternals. Damn, I didn't think the Eternals was that bad of a film. I enjoyed it. It was slow, and there were definitely problems, but I still enjoyed it. So billiards or...
Let's do it.
Save the game, then decide. In case I change my mind after. I'm probably gonna do billiards. Because you don't often get text messages from people saying, let's go play billiards. So why not? Pool increases technical damage, and there's that too. You actually gain something from this.
Yes.
Just now, EY and Hifumi, I have to go with them again before I can rank up with them again. Excuse me.
Whoa.
At least this game I don't have to play myself, kind of like darts. Right? I need to make a difficult shot to clear this. That cute. Are you going for that shot? Uh-oh. I saved the game, so if I mess up... Damn!
Nice.
I know you guys can hear my dogs.
Nailed it.
At Mac rank... Wow. Mac...
You
My
could do
god, why am I messing up that? Max Tech Rank. Jeez. You can guarantee knockdown when hitting a technical attack. Why did I mess up those 3 simple words? You know, it was like 3 simple words.
That was fun, huh?
I had a harder time saying those 3 words than I did saying I love you to someone. I had a harder time saying those 3 words than saying I love you.
Wow.
Max Tech Rank. God, it's not hard to say. I just can't read. That's it. I just can't read. Yay, we gained nothing here.
That was time well spent.
At least I didn't. I didn't gain any skills because I'm already maxed out. Sorry to interrupt your fun. I swear to you, I almost thought he said, sorry to interrupt you, fam. I almost thought he said that. Didn't I speak with you last time? Masse shot. It allows a ball to make a sharp... Oops. A sharp what? I suppose there isn't much point to me explaining it now. Nah, keep explaining it so I know it for next time. Let me give you this book. Don't give me a book. Explain it to me. I don't want to read. Billiards Magician. Alright, I guess I got a free book from it. Masse shots. Am I saying that right? If you're confident in your proficiency, which I am. Hell yeah, I am. And I couldn't finish what Morgana was saying. Pool Shark Pub. Flu season. Sunday, so that means we could buy something on TV again. One of those infomercials. You guys want to hear a story real quick? I remember one time, it was like, I don't know, 3 a.m. I was just awake. This was when I was a really small kid. I think I was like alone at home. Not alone, but I don't remember the context. I was just alone, I think. It was either I was alone in my parents' room, way late at night, like 3 a.m., or I was awake and my parents were asleep. This was when I was so young, I still slept in the same room as my parents. So I was, whatever the context was, I was awake. It was like 3 in the morning. I saw that on cable, the show iCarly was on. So because I was still awake, I wanted to watch it. But the entire half-hour slot that was promised to be iCarly was an infomercial. So that's how I learned about infomercials. I was like, why is this commercial going for so long? At this point, the show is gonna be done. The commercial took up the entire airing slot of iCarly, so I completely missed the show. I don't remember what was being advertised, but for like a half hour straight, I was watching a commercial for whatever product. They were even demonstrating the product, and I was just, in my young child mind, I was thinking, why is this going for so long? I just want to watch my iCarly at 3 in the morning. Alright, I didn't pay attention to what the first product was. Sprays. Alright, we got some Febreze sprays in there, and then we got some incense, maybe some candles too. I might go for the incense. Why? Because I feel like it. Oh, the phones are already ringing off the hook. Oh, there's a female host there too? Wait, was there a female host this whole time and I just never noticed? I always thought it was one host because of the one guy on the screen.
Hey.
I wasn't really paying attention to anything they were saying, except for the product. Was there always 2 hosts? Oh, jeez. Look at how expensive these are. An impressive spray set that's sure to weaken enemies, or illness is all in your mind, so empty your mind. A superb incense set for meditation. What, just advertising this as a placebo replacement for modern medicine? Illness is all in your mind? Well, I tell you what, it's working, because I'm buying it, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do to stop me from buying it. You know, maybe once the hosts tell you what the 2 products are, we could not listen for him saying, the phones are ringing off the hook, things are gonna sell out quick, folks, unless you call and buy. If we just ignored that,
Well then.
the moment he tells us what the 2 products are, we should immediately call and be like, I want both. Instead of hearing him talk all that useless filler. $100 bits, thank you. Now, there's no one for me to go with. Thanks for keeping you company. Have a great night. Thank you. You have a great night too. Alright, there's literally no one for me to go with. Not a single confidant. Not anyone. Wow, we don't see this very often. Not even confidants that are maxed out. There's literally no one. So what do I do now? Well, I kind of don't know what to do. Don't really have much free time during the day all to myself. This would have been ideal to go into Mementos, but we don't need to go in anymore, at least not for now. I can't go with the twins during the date. Meditate? Sure. What's up, my good monk dude? The eyes, ears, and nostrils are all pears, yet the mouth is not. Why is that?
What do you want to do?
Yeah, let's calm the heart. Very well then, take your time and relax. So, fearless leader of the Phantom Thieves, what do you do in your spare time when you have nothing else to do? I go to a temple and meditate. Bet you didn't expect that. You know, it's not like I go to the gym and work out, which I probably could have instead of this. It's not like I hang with my ensemble of girlfriends. No, I go to a temple and meditate.
Hey!
Are you listening? Are you asleep? Nah. Pretty sure he's dead. Morgana's voice is slowly getting further away. I can never meditate this extreme. Say, my back itches. Oh my god, why'd that scare me? You were actually freaking out. What are you freaking out for? You were actually concentrating? I'm still getting distracted by ideal thoughts. You know what I've always wanted to try, but never have tried? I hear that if you meditate, or I don't know if it's called meditating, you just like sit in front of a blank wall, you stare at it, and you just, I guess, meditate.
Alright.
You just stare at it and you actually focus. Before you know it, who knows how much time could have passed. Like, I wonder, I've always wanted to try that. Fun fact, the villain is exposed by a conversation involving tasty pancakes. Yeah, I've been spoiling that the whole playthrough. When I started this New Game Plus, I warned people, like, I'm not gonna hold back on spoilers, and Akechi, every time he's even on screen, I'm just like, he's trying to kill me. You know? He's not acting himself. This is not his true character. Yeah, I don't hold back on spoilers, especially since this is New Game Plus. What am I doing? Checking if I have a fortune, which I do. And also I have a Arcana that's also a fortune. So let's go. What am I saying? Wait a second. Haru texted me again. It's not Sakurai, it's Fukurai. Or do you want me to say it's Fuckerai? Speaking of which, I can't wait to play this game for the first time. Welp, if I just spoil it for you, oh, I'm sorry. But I did warn everyone, I'm not holding back on spoilers. October, baby? Nice. You're gonna wait until October to play this? This game is long, so I hope you have a good amount of time to set aside for this game. Would you like to go see a movie right now? We have about a week left, so why don't we take a break? There's a thriller that's out called Patch Saw. What do you think? If you can handle that kind of stuff, that is. Yo, Haru really trying to get some. None of my other girlfriends, my many girlfriends are texting me to go to the theater. The one girl I haven't romanced yet is constantly texting me to chill.
Let's do it.
PC release on the 21st. Oops, don't save on that. When Persona 4 Golden re-releases, I'm gonna be playing that here as well. And if more than likely I'm not done this game by then, I'm gonna play both back to back. Haru is thirsty? Hell yeah. So what do I do? Do I rank up Chihaya or do I go with Haru? Even though I really don't gain much from this. I kind of want to go with Haru just because
I should write something.
We don't really get stuff like this. It's always just ranking up confidants. We don't often get text messages to do other stuff. Oh, I saved the game, so let's go Haru. And once again, we have to think about this rationally. After this... Oh, I have to hit the button again. After this, we still have a lot of in-game dates, but we only have so many people left to confidant.
Please, no! The elephant! It's coming this way!
Game over.
Yo, a killer elephant movie? I can totally handle this sort of stuff. Yo, I can't handle horror movies in the theater. I'll watch it at home, but not in the theater. Hell no. Hell no, I'm not going to the theater to watch a horror film. I watch a horror movie at home in broad daylight, and if I must, at nighttime with all the lights turned on. Do you like scary movies? I'll say the answer so that'll make her like me more.
I'm so glad.
You have to hang out with Haru. She is the scary girl with the axe. You know, gotta be appealing to all my teammates. I didn't really have anything to say there. So let's see here. Gotta think of a good place for me to stop tonight, because I've already been on for over 2 hours. And it's way past midnight for me now. It's 12:16 a.m. for me. Oh, I don't think I have a book to read. Thanks to that book on speed reading, I should be able to get through this quickly. Wait, do I? No, I was just given a book. I was just given the Massey book thing. This one. Damn, it's too bad I can read this in one sitting.
Whoa.
So I need to go back to the library and get a new book. Because I already finished Speed Reader, so I need to return that and get something else.
Oh.
So you finished reading Billiard's Magician. I didn't know billiards could be so exciting. The book even has a detailed explanation and pictures on how to do the Massey shot that we were trying to figure out. I would just look at the pictures, I ain't gonna lie. If we have to see... Wait, but we'll have to see if you can actually pull it off. Let's go play sometime soon.
Alright.
You can now attempt a Massey shot while playing billiards. Oh, we're almost at the station. I'd say that was an efficient use of your time. How far away from school are we? Like, this is a good distance away to spend a good amount of time on the subway train.
Pay attention.
Quit sleeping over there. All right. Another question in class, another answer for me to real quick look up. So let's see. November 14th. Let's see. 11 the 14th. Answer is... Where is it? Oh, I'm in October, that's why. I need to go to November.
Why don't you try?
The answer is because of high altitude. I totally knew that. No, I didn't. Tell me why this is. Because of high altitude.
This is it.
Exactly.
This is the type of teacher you don't want to answer incorrectly, too. I've had those kind of teachers before. I think we all have. The intimidating and tough teachers, where if you don't answer correctly, they will know you don't pay attention and they'll be mad. By the way, I know a spoiler for this game. What's that? Akechi is the one throwing people into the TVs? Damn, it's too bad you know that. What a great reveal that would have been. It's a shame that you got that spoiled. Oh, you said Adachi. My stupid ass thought you said Akechi. Man, why can't I read for dear life? Anyways, no text messages. Guess don't nobody love me. I'm kidding. Did I finish everyone's confidant during daytime? No, I didn't finish Shinya yet. Well, no one again. I did meditating last time. Let's go to the gym. Now this is what you would more think of. I messed that up. Whatever. This is what you would think of more for in terms of what the Phantom Thief excuse me, leader would do in his free time, and that's work out at the gym. I didn't say any of that correctly, but you know what? We're gonna go with it.
Okay.
Let's begin your workout. That dude back there walking a little bit slow, but you know what? Everyone goes at their own pace, so do your thing, playa. Take protein, sure. You know, maybe you're just warming up back there. You know, getting a feel for it. Maybe this is your first time on a treadmill, who knows?
Well,
You don't want to, like, overdo it if it's your first time. But it's like, bro, look at us. You don't have to go this crazy, but, you know, you're going a little bit slow over there. But it's okay, just go at your own pace. Hey, we didn't trip this time. But you know what? I think my character may have done that a little bit too extreme. Even I don't run that fast on the treadmill.
Alright.
Max HP increased by 3.
Alright.
SP increased by 2.
Nice.
It looks like you're getting results from that protein shake. That protein.
Alright. Alright.
I feel like I really should take protein
Wanna head back?
whenever I work out, but I don't. Why? For absolutely no reason in particular. I think my dad has some too, and I just don't take it.
Ah, you're back. Yo.
Maybe if I truly understand or understood why you take protein for working out, maybe that'll motivate me. What? When you work out, you break your muscles apart and they heal bigger, that's why you work out.
Oh.
It's like what? Protein makes it even bigger? Huh? I don't know. So no EY, Hifumi? Yes. Mishima? No. No Chihaya? Hifumi it is. Isn't Hifumi right on the verge of being completed? Yep. And I don't think I need her Arcana. But just in case, she's a star. Indeed, she is a star. Oh, I keep forgetting I can buy stuff here on Sundays. There are a lot of people wearing masks. I suppose it's because of the flu. Oh, people weren't willing to wear a mask for that, but not what's actually going around?
Please?
Should I invite her to my room? I guess.
Huh?
Are you sure? I'll go get ready right now. Okay, at least she's willing to. I don't need the shogi board today, right? I can assure you, she did not expect to come to the attic of a cafe when I said, you want to come to my room? Thank you for today, for letting me come to your home, that is. By the way, why do you live in the attic of a cafe? Like, do you use the public customer using bathroom in this cafe as well? I guess, I don't know.
What?
I was just looking, I was just following. Jeez. I first said looking, then I almost said forwarding, and then my brain finally processed. That word says, well, whatever it said. Info already deleted from my memory.
Please.
I feel like my bond with Hifumi will grow stronger soon. There's no way Sojiro does not possibly know. I bring so many girls, not only to my home, but to my room as well. There's no way Sojiro doesn't know this. Excuse me, it's almost 12:30 in the morning. It's 12:26, and the answer is his head was put on display. Let me just double check how many more in-game days I have.
Do you know the answer?
He was to be paraded through the city and punished in a very particular way. How was he punished? He was forced to walk down the streets naked and shamed.
This is it.
Very good.
One of the most severe punishments of the Ido period? I don't know. Right before his execution, they did something to his appearance. They put light makeup and lipstick on him and made him wear a beautiful kimono. The parading around town of a well-known criminal was a sort of performance back in the day. The citizens wouldn't have been satisfied if he had looked shabby. Is he really a criminal? You're still asking this after all these months? But maybe he's actually serious about studying. Damn, you guys are still unsure of me?
Nice going.
I guess it's true what they say, that label will stick with you for life. That was a weird sounding burp. Sounded more like a gag. Anyways, I think this might be a good spot for me to end it, so that next time we can finish off the remaining days and maybe also... Nah, maybe not get the boss fight done. Because ideally, I would do the boss fight at the start of one of these.
Let's do it.
Alright, 5 more in-game days. That'll leave me plenty of time to get stuff done next time. And then the one after that, hopefully, is the boss fight. So... why'd I say it like that? I'm gonna end this here. So, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you guys next time for more of this goddamn game. Bye now.